ABC World News with Diane Sawyer.
Good evening to you on this Thursday night, and we begin with the breaking news from overseas. Tonight, Americans are being evacuated in Iraq as fierce militants once linked to al-Qaeda storm toward the capital, Baghdad. After 9 years of war and sacrifice, would U.S. forces ever go back in? ABC's chief foreign correspondent Terry Moran leads us off on the ground with the developments right now.
Ferocious fighting today in northern Iraq. Iraqi soldiers desperately trying to hold off the jihadist onslaught sweeping down towards Baghdad. But the Iraqi troops are losing. These incredible scenes posted on YouTube by the militants show thousands of Iraqi soldiers who simply surrendered and are now prisoners, the militants claim. They have racked up victory after victory, vast territory, major cities falling under their black flag. And these fighters now threaten Baghdad. 11 years after U.S. troops toppled Saddam Hussein. All that is now crumbling. The triumphant fighters from the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, as they're called, ISIS. A track record of brutality, executions, mass beheadings, massacres. Even al-Qaeda has disavowed them. Their goal? A new nation straddling two countries and pure Islam as they define it. Strict, intolerant, puritanical. You can sense the fear here. Just down this road, past this long line of cars, less than an hour away, the city of Mosul under control of militants. People fleeing for their lives with their families and possessions, and every car searched for weapons and explosives. A wounded child, whole families with nowhere to go, and anger at the government and army that failed them. The army just left. They just left you alone. President Obama today resisting pleas from the Iraqi government for immediate U.S. airstrikes to turn the tide. Tread cautiously.
I don't rule out anything because we do have a stake in making sure that these jihadists are not getting a permanent foothold.
But here in Iraq, many people fear it may be too late. There's a widespread sense that this country, which has suffered so much for so many years, has reached a turning point and is about to disintegrate altogether. Diane?
On the scene in Iraq tonight. Thank you, Terry. And let's turn now to ABC's chief global affairs correspondent Martha Raddatz, who's reported from Iraq more than 20 times. We heard Terry talk about deterioration. So, Martha, what is the biggest direct threat to the United States tonight? And is there anyone else who could go in and stop it?
Well, President Obama said himself today that these fighters could end up being a significant threat to our homeland. The fear, the chaos gives this terror group time and space to plot against America. But the White House has made clear there will be no U.S. boots on the ground, and so far, no word that we would conduct airstrikes. But there is word tonight the U.S. is flying surveillance drones over Iraq, and there is a report tonight also that Iran is actually sending forces in to help the Iraqi government.
An irony that Iran would be going in at this point. But Martha, I want to ask you about another headline in the news today. Former POW Bo Bergdahl is heading back to the United States from that military hospital in Germany. So tell us, what is next for him and what about his family?
Well, this trip to Brooke Army Medical Center in Texas marks the final phase of his reintegration. This move tonight means he is improving and now deemed ready for a family reunion, although he will continue to get medical and psychological treatment. But no word yet, Diane, on when a family reunion is planned.
All right. Thank you so much, Martha Raddatz. And of course,